What it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? I hope all is well with everybody who tuning in listening right now. I hope y'all living luxuries on this flourishing Friday. Today is Friday, January the 14th, 2026. And I pray everybody has been having a productive new year. I know it's been a little minute since I've been on here. A lot been going on behind the scenes, but hey, I'm finna get y'all all caught up. And we finna learn. We finna get some more insight. We finna get some more perspective, and we finna shift the paradigm once again. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another edition of From the Heart to the Soul, the Auditory Experience edition. So yeah, let's straight up get into it. So today will be titled The Law of Polarity, and today is gonna be a very, very, very significant episode for me, because of my most recent experiences, in which I'm going to get into in a minute. But overall, for those, I'm just going to give y'all the definition of what polarity even means. So polarity is the quality or condition inherent in a body that exhibits opposite properties or powers in opposite parts or directions. So essentially, it's a state of having two opposite ends or tendencies. It's basically balancing out the good with the bad, the yin and the yang, the sun, the moon, darkness and the light. It's essence of duality when it comes down to it. But the law of polarity is actually the 10th universal law, and it's one of the ones that I feel like we need to take with us and definitely learn to master this, because it's one of those principles that once you learn to actually apply it and let it be a guiding force in your life, everything really gonna change for you, and everything gonna really shift your whole mindset and how you even approach a lot of situations that you had to go through. So I get into what has been going on most recently with me and my experience. So about a couple weeks ago, we received tragic news that my close cousin had been killed, and ever since his transition, it has been definitely taking a toll on not only me but a lot of my family members, especially those who are close to his age, that were his cousins and things of that nature. But I'm still in a state of shock and disbelief, to be honest with you. But as difficult as this process is still being, I have to understand that with the rain will eventually come the sunshine. And that's the whole purpose of this video. And I'm praying that in whatever way that you could apply this same fundamental to your life that you do as such. But I learned that it's going to be times in our lives where we have seasons that we're more productive than others. It's going to be seasons where we feel that we're generating more revenue, more income, that we're just on the upsides of everything. But at the same time, we're going to have those seasons where we have to experience the periods of darkness, of a whole recalibration, in a sense to where sometimes you may end up being spiritually misaligned. You may lose a sense of yourself. You may lose a sense of your emotional stability. You may lose even the whole sake of your sanity. But altogether, even though as ugly as it may be, as dark of a reality as it may be, it's all for your benefit at the end of the day. You may not see it like that as you're going through whatever incidents that you're going through, but just know in turn it's all for your greater good. And I can really go more into detail about that story on a later date, but to keep it on the realms of just the principle of polarity, I keep it here. But it's been so many situations where I felt as if I was being punished, or I was being put through I guess you could say, through a season of trial and tribulation and just errors, everything that I felt was harming me. But the whole time it was just shaping me, it was cultivating me, it was actually grounded me more in my faith. It gave me more of a reason to smile whenever I seen a storm on the horizon, or it gave me more of a reason to keep on to that faith even when my circumstance gave me every reason for to say just F it and for to give up right then and there. But as you know, quitting or giving up or just downright not even having that faith or that inner knowing of that ability of yourself, you're doing yourself one of the biggest disservices that you can possibly imagine. You have to realize that the Most High gives us all a unique journey and a unique experiences that going to be different from everyone else's. So what they may encounter during their journey is definitely going to be different from what you encounter on yours. You may get the same end result, you may not. But ultimately, we all don't have similar, I guess you could say, paths or walks of life on our journeys. So you really can't expect for a straight pattern of sunshine, good times, and just a drizzle or a little sprinkle of rain. You're going to have to be ready to endure through a hurricane, tornado, through hail, through a heavy downpour rain, through it all, and still have to smile and be appreciative for when that sun come back up. Just like how we need the sun, we need the moon. If we didn't have the moon, we wouldn't be able to access the lunar energy that it provides. And not only that, in the nighttime is when the most magic happens in the spiritual realm, in the more celestial aspect of things. Just like with the sun is the sustainer of life. Without the sun, we can't grow no food, we can't grow no crops, no nothing, no vegetation, nothing will survive. So it's definitely one of those necessary dynamics to where we need polarity. We have to have polarity, darkness and light. We must go through the darkness in order to activate that light inside of us, so it can show outwardly and be exuberant when it is showing. So I'm hoping that what I'm saying is connecting with somebody. I'm hoping what I'm saying is really resonating with y'all, because I know it's easier said than done when it comes to having faith, or when it comes to maintaining a positive frame of mind when you experiencing so many just methods of chaos and madness. But in the midst of, you can still find that harmony, you can still maintain that balance. And going back to the previous episode, the higher self and the lower self, going back to that episode, a main part of that is killing off that ego. Once you kill off that ego, you understand you don't have to be so resentful. You understand that you don't have to be as, I want to make sure that I'm wording this properly, but you won't be in opposition to pain, as opposed to when you are in your more higher self, when you're in tune with your higher nature. You see pain as the opportunity to alchemize your whole situation into something very beautiful. You can turn that ugly picture into a beautiful portrait. It's all about your perspective. It's all about your way of internalizing whatever that you're going through, all of your experiences. So, furthermore, I want to say that the opposites create the friction, and that's vital for our growth and our evolution. So, I don't know where you are in your life right now. I don't know what season you're in. But if you are going through a period of isolation, or a period of where you feel like you just need to be in solitude, then do whatever is necessary. Do whatever you feel is necessary for your own growth, for your own inclination, because it's going to all come down to how much you are investing into yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially. All of that, it will be contributing force into your overall just well-being. because we all have to evolve. We all have to go to that next level. We all have to reach heights greater than the ones that we are currently at. But we're going to have to understand these basic universal principles in order for the carry on our journeys and have a much more positive attitude. So just keep in mind with polarity, you must have opposites. You must have duality. It's mandatory. You have to. And I feel like you shouldn't run from it. You shouldn't fear it, because you are the dominion. You have the power. You are supreme. You are a supreme being. You have all the power, everything that you can possibly imagine, even what you cannot imagine. All of that resides within us. And it's up to you for to activate it and to live in that knowing. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for listening. Once again, I will definitely be more consistent with my uploading, because it's so much more that's on the way for y'all. So much more educational, financial, spiritual, just overall lifestyle. It's so much that I have in store for y'all. So just stay tuned. I appreciate y'all really who been rocking with me. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And it's extended all throughout the universe. I have a project coming up soon, Timeless. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the way, where I'm basically giving you a parallel of how you can take some of your greatest triumphs or your tragedies and turn them to triumphs. And you can learn how to, once again, going back to a few of the terms that we've been using, but acclimatize your financial situation. It don't matter if you in the slums, if you're in the ghetto, if you're in a mansion, whatever it may be. We all need to be more financially aware of how we spending our money, how we investing our money, how we investing our time. So once again, I say stay tuned and just, stay tapping in with me and stay rocking with me. I appreciate it. It's much love from the heart to the soul. We out here. Be blessed.